All right, so thank you for taking time to meet with me on today to go over our student work huddles for today. So talk to me a little bit about what we saw for third grade on today.
All right, so for third grade, they were working on the T 3.4A, which is 1 and 2 step addition and subtraction problems.
All right, and so for that, I'm thinking about our two teachers in particular, for Mrs. Hendricks and then for Ms. Ruiz. If you could just tell me what did we notice about the data on today?
All right, so their data for today was low. Ms. Hendricks had a domain 1 of 29%, and Ms. Ruiz had a domain 1 of 26%.
All right, and so when thinking about our feedback for learning roster, how many students replicated the teacher as exemplar?
Out of each one of them, for Ms. Hendricks, it may have been about 5 students that replicated it, and for Ms. Ruiz, about 4.
All right, so 5 out of 17 and 4 out of 18.
Correct.
All right, so with 3.24A, talk to me a little bit about what we're needing to do to move these tier 3s teachers.
So looking at it, looking at the student work, and when meeting with the teachers, what we noticed in terms of the gap of their instruction was that the students were not following through with the step 2 for the problems.
All right. So what needs to happen in order for them to capitalize on that step?
So what we're going to do is, in talking with the teachers, we're going to hone in on the verbs that is in the problems, and the verbs will lend itself to how many steps that we need to take. So how many actions are in the problem, that's going to tell us how many steps we need to take.
All right, perfect. Is there something that we needed to update on the success criteria?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, we're going to update that on the success criteria.
All right. So tell me a little bit about the follow-up that will take place for both her and Ms. Ruiz.
All right, so with the follow-up, one of the things is when I look at their teacher exemplar, I'm going to make sure they pulled out those verbs. Number 2, I'm going to have coaching in the moment, and then when we follow through with PLC, we're going to also make sure that they're rehearsing and pulling out that verbiage in the PLC rehearsal.
Is that this PLC on this upcoming week?
Correct.
Okay. All right. So currently overall, when we're focusing on the math department, where are we holistically?
Okay, so holistically, with this particular skill, it really dropped us down. So we're at a 49% for domain 1 for 3rd through 5th, and for 3rd grade, we're sitting at a 23%.
All right. So in reflection of our weekly schedule, talk to me a little bit about how that's going to look when we submit.
So for my weekly schedule, I will be in their classrooms daily, and I'm going to hone in on their lowest group, and I'm going to flip-flop them, who I see in the morning and who I see in the afternoon.
Okay, so we're going to see those 5 students from Mrs. Hendricks and then 4 from Ms. Ruiz.
Correct.
All right. And then we're going to be really punching during our PLCs now.
The we do.
The we do.
Yes, we're going to punch the we do to make sure they're releasing the students to be able to do the work independently.
Okay.
With setting a timer and pushing and punching that success criteria.
All right, timer and punching. All right. Are there any materials needed, any more feedback for learning rubrics or anything that we can think of?
The only thing is just making the timer that's going to be posted. Success criteria is evident for the students, and then on their teacher exemplar, the timer, the actual time stamps in terms of the release.
All right, time stamps for release. All right. Thank you so much.